All right, so I just took one trade. I got one tick. I had a reason to think that the price was going down and there was some strong selling going on. So I entered a trade and I got a tick. It kind of went against me a few ticks first. So I thought, okay, let me just get out. Better safe than sorry. And I did. Now the price just went very down. But I'm glad I did. And let me tell you why. Because, I have a 3-point stop loss. And it went up to almost... Well, actually, it didn't. But it did. It did not. It would not have hit my stop loss, and I would have made a few points, perhaps, and not one tick. So, I was considering making like my stop wider, as long as we have a daily stop limit of $500, which would be 10 points. Then that would just allow us to go a little bit longer and wider with our stops and worry less. So that is something that we're considering. And hello everybody, in case you don't know, we are working on money management. That's the name of the game. These are real trades. I am attempting to get funded, but so that is what's real about it. That I'm not just somebody who's going to delete trades. I'm going to hopefully, I have been posting all of my trades and keeping a running tally of how much we're up and how much we're down. We're making steady gains in the past few days. On our first day, we actually took one big loss and we hit our stop loss limit for the day, but we have been making that back. And from all of the traders that claim to be profitable, that's just the name of the game. Very few people are profitable every single day. If anybody is profitable every single day, what we have to work on is our emotions and to not get carried away and to not revenge trade and to not blow accounts. Because if you have a big loss for one day, that's not going to blow your account. But if one big loss plus another big loss that's revenge traded, that could blow your account. So one of the things that can work against us with these prop trading firms is that you can think, okay, you know what? I'll just get reset next month. So that's what I'm doing by making these videos, to try to put some pressure on me not to just rely on that reset. I'm treating this like a real account, and I'm not deleting trades like some other people do or lying. I don't think there's a way that I can prove that on with the exception of recording the entire trading session. That might be a very long video. So hopefully if we can get some account statements out there, that would be something that I would be looking into doing. And my outlook again is this: almost everybody has their systems that work, that you get your few trades that you get filled exactly where you want it to get filled, and it goes straight, flies up in the direction or flies down right where you examined your points and you thought that that's perfect, and then you have the trades that don't work as planned. Almost every single system is like that. So the main thing that, and probably even like the basic things like stochastic and MACD and MACD and RSI, even those basic things, but the main thing is, and you can even prove that those don't seem to work on the long run, but the main thing seems to be money management. So that's what we're working on. That's what we're paying attention to, not to get carried away, to make steady gains or big gains. And if we get a loss, don't be embarrassed about your wife or your partner or your friend or whatever it is that's going to say, oh, you had a bad day. Everybody has bad days, but the beauty about trading is you can have a really good day that makes up for all of it. Just don't get carried away and don't blow your account. These are the rules that we're trying to follow. We're trying to have a $500, a 10-point loss limit a day. That's what we're trying to keep. And that's what it seems from the profitable traders that I've spoken to. That's what they seem to be speaking about. Okay, so hopefully we will be back. All right, so I don't know how to feel about what I just did. I'm suspecting I did something wrong. But I thought there was a chance for a very small pop-up. I only wanted one tick there. Maybe two, unless something unexpected happened. And what happened was I accidentally moved my take profit to my entry, so I ended up having to pay the commissions there. So I kind of revenge traded, so I feel very bad about that. But at least I got my tick back, so I didn't end up losing the commissions. And we're gonna go see what's going on in the future. It's definitely not the best thing to do, but I still kind of thought, based on how much it had moved up, that it was still a possibility. So hopefully I will not be so careless again. But we know that this type of thing is that a mistake that happens once is liable, heaven forbid, to happen again. So we're going to have to come back and reevaluate all of our things that we're very excited about when we trade. And unless we're really sure we can go for that second entry to try to make up the commissions that we lost due to our own careless errors and lack of fine motor skills by placing our stops at the right place, then we would just have to be okay with paying the commission, because the main thing is to be ahead in the long run and not in the short run. Okay, so I took another trade in this area. There's some buying going on, and I only wanted one tick there again because I was nervous and afraid to go so counter trend. We're kind of low on the day. Even after the open over here, the open over here, rather, we're trying to go up again. Over here we didn't make it, and then over here, and then this massive sell-off down here. So I was still nervous to go ahead with a full long, and even though it appears that okay, look, the price is just skyrocketing now, but it's still better safe than sorry, especially if it was a counter trend. So okay, as I said yesterday, it could be a good strategy would just be wherever I go in, hold it for a couple more ticks than I've been doing. But all right, that's the name of the game, and that's where we're hopefully going to make money and hopefully going to be more confident in our trading skills. Because I'm not so happy with the trend today. By what I mean by that is that I'm not so happy to wait for longer gains. There was kind of an ease in the selling and reason to think that the market would go up. So right over here at the close of this bar, I got back in and I only took it for one tick, which is what we wanted, and that's what we got. Hopefully the small gains will add up in the long run. And again, this is seems to be the rule, that just instead of getting out one tick, get out at 2 or 3 or 4 ticks. Even now, look, the price is skyrocketing again. So instead of taking one tick, look, I could have taken so 3 points more, around about 3 points. So I guess a good habit would be to get into a spreadsheet and calculate the maximum drawdown of a trade and then the maximum pop up of a trade. So instead of taking these one tick trades, I would be able to take more. Okay, so I guess we got to open the Google Docs to do that, and unless anybody knows of any software, that would be great, or any program that does it, so let me know. Thank you. I guess we're going to have to try to start doing that tomorrow. If we hopefully we'll do it. It's very easy to talk about these grand plans that we have and then to fall into patterns that we have been falling into, both chart patterns and behavior patterns, the second of which I think is far more important. So hopefully we will be able to overcome that with the help of anybody that's listening, or anybody that will listen to these videos, and we will use the desire not to sound and look like a total fool in order to try to improve our ways. And hopefully we'll have some good data to back up our hypothesis that we could be waiting for more than one tick. Okay. I'm just thinking out now. Let's say I would take a 12 tick loss. Even if, let's say I take out 4 point loss. But so the 4 points is 20 ticks. I've taken more about the 6 of these trades where, let's say, I would just wait for 3 ticks. So that would so let's say one loss would be minus 20 and 6 would be plus 18, and you have commissions. So by your roundabout 7th trade, you're already profiting. So, and that's only if I take a 3 tick profit, maybe if I take a 4 tick profit. The main thing it seems to be is not to take huge ridiculous losses that will blow one's account, and to have a loss limit of the day. So this is the things that I'm thinking of, and hopefully we'll have this spreadsheet going and have some very good data over a number of days, and hopefully we will be able to implement it.
Okay, so I took another tick trade because I feel like there's this buying going on, and let's see, at least would have gotten could have gotten, oh yeah, pop up. I feel like there's all this buying going on, but the price is going down. So again, following our rule of should wait for 3 ticks or 4 ticks or 5 ticks. Okay, so let's just, I don't know if I should start my spreadsheet today, but let's just speak this out. So we got in here 74.50, went down. Okay, 5 ticks and went up. All right, at least 8 ticks. So we could have stayed in for 8 ticks over there. So that's like, a 1.5 RR, somewhere around there. I mean, less, obviously. So I guess there's different types of days. One time I watched a video from, I'm probably going to end up telling these stories over and over again, but one time I watched a video from somebody who I suspect is not really trading or chooses his trades, and he said, whatever his rules were, on some days you have to change rules, and primarily that's kind of true from my understanding of the way things work. But very not true. Maybe you might change your money management and be happy with less of a profit. But hopefully, if the rules don't work well, so the market, if somebody just decides to place a huge buy order, so even if something was supposed to happen, that at least on the S&P and probably any other security that's traded, so something could just go past your stop, and like that happened yesterday, that a trade that we might have taken went all the way, would have blown past our stop and then picked right back up, because whenever there's a big sell-off, how to know exactly how much is going to be sold off. So that's where proper money management comes in. So we're hopefully going to have this proper money management and be happy with whatever gains we have. Somebody one time said on Reddit, I believe it was on Reddit, that little gains add up quickly. So hopefully that seems to be the plan for today, when we have lots of buying opportunities and the price seems to be trending against that. So we just want to make sure that we get whatever profit we can in the beginning. Okay, so there was some selling going on, and I got in a trade here also for another tick, and I thought maybe I should just leave it for a bit longer, but we've had so many of these tick trades, so I thought, like, why take a risk? Like, okay, another tick, at least, like, all these little like knives are making a big cut in terms of how much money we're getting. So I thought that would just be the best goal to do right now, and actually it ended up being a decent strategy, because the market went straight against where we would have gone. So at least we got that tick. I am also going to just catch myself, so now I think, it would have been a good strategy, but just to play to advocate for the other side of this argument, both of them in this case could be right. We have to just try to analyze it with the data. So let's say I would have taken a full loss there, but maybe overall it would still be worth it to wait for these 3 ticks. So we kind of have to see what the data is going to do, And also, one thing I've spoke about in previous videos is perhaps widening my stop, because you might think that's bad money management, but that is actually bad management if you don't have, from what I understand, if you don't have a daily loss limit. So, sometimes you might want to take a bigger risk and because somebody's going to be okay with having a losing day here and there, because overall they're going to make it back. Obviously, that could be taxing emotionally, but that's what we are trying to work on with all the help that we can give each other. So we have to just keep on going forward. I took yet another counter trend trade for 1 tick. Yeah, that's just like, I feel, the name of the game today. So, all right, that's just based on I really exciting to catch a huge move, but this is what I think that we can get. Like, the buying kind of slows down or the selling slows down, and then we're taking a counter trend trade. It's definitely not our choice. It's definitely not our preferred thing to do. Generally, the people say the trend is your friend. I have no clue if the science follows that or not, but we're trying to work on money management more than pattern recognition.